Hello and welcome to the Hivemind Podcast 2025 Awards. My name is Jake, and this is part 2 of our 2025 award series. In this episode, we are handing out our top 5 EPs of the year. In the description, you can find part 1 of our 2025 awards, where each of us discussed our top 5 songs of the year, and we also handed out 5 other superlative awards. In this episode, we are going to be handing out 4 more superlative awards for Best Album Art, Best Live Performance, the Favorite Artist Discovered in 2025, and the Most Improved Artist of 2025. And then at the end of the episode, we'll be discussing each of our top 5 EPs of the year and recapping our full top 10 EPs of the year before each of us reveal our EP of the year. That's about it for this little intro segment. I hope you enjoy part 2. It is time to hand out our final remaining superlatives and our top 5 EPs of the year. Now, on one hand, this is usually the episode that performs the worst of the 3 awards episodes. On the other hand, this might be the most excited I've ever been for this episode. I, in particular, have been very fond of all of the awards that we are giving out tonight, and especially EPs this year. I have not kept it very secret that EPs have generally been very impressive, and I will touch more on that later. But before we get into this, how are we all feeling tonight?
Better than I was when we last recorded.
Yeah, you're not feeling as sick, which is good.
I don't know what happened. This last 4 weeks have just been a blur.
I feel like the flu's been going around. I don't know. I keep hearing people getting the flu. I guess it is flu season, but like more so than I would have expected in previous years.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think they said I had RSV. So that was fun.
Stop licking doorknobs.
I'm sorry, Jacob.
I wasn't.
You can't help it. You can't help it.
I can't help it.
It's like we need to get him a TLC show, My Strange Addiction. Just going around licking all the doorknobs.
God.
Okay, anyway, let's steer this conversation back into our superlatives. We have 4 superlatives to give out for today. We have Best Album Art, Best Art, Best Live Performance. Sorry, my bad. Our Favorite Artist Discovered in 2025, and the Most Improved Artist of 2025. Let's get started with our, I think, shortest and quickest award that we give out each year. The award for the Best Album Art. Simply just the album art that we think looks cool. That's basically it. Without any further ado, my runner-up for this award goes to the most recent album that I have heard in 2025. It goes to Hidden Realms by Valiant Hearts. Beautiful album art. Beautiful album art. My winner for Best Album Art is running it back. It is Bloodywood with their album New Delhi. So, yeah, Bloodywood, I think just due to them being such a unique band, it gives them the opportunity to do very unique album art. And once again, they kind of just knocked it out of the park with this one. The elephant is kind of becoming their thing at this point, and incorporating it into the Indian culture in the rest of the art. It just looks cool, man. I don't have too much more to say. It looks cool. I guess the color scheme is like incorporated very well. I think the colors all work together. Nothing feels out of place. It's just a badass album art for a badass band.
All right, I guess I'll take over then. My runner-up for this is Mice and Men with Another Miracle.
This
and then
was
my
a contender.
Yeah, this was a pretty easy one. But my winner, and honestly, it didn't have much competition, is Landmarks with The Darkest Place I've Ever Been.
1,000 times before, the shadows bouncing in my room, caught in a cycle, nothing new, and not just gone heal anymore.
I mean, this one kept it throughout the entire year. I love the background, the almost kind of painterly style. The V made out of the waves,
Yes,
for the V in the band's name.
Yep.
Chef's kiss. Really liked how the statues kind of aligned them together. It's just composed really well. I really liked this.
My only complaint is that they did the V logo for their 4th album and not their 5th. I'm still holding a grudge with that, and that's why it wasn't in contention.
They still have the opportunity.
I mean, yeah.
They could run it back. If they run it back, who knows? Maybe they're winning Best Album Art 2027 if we're still doing the show in 2027.
So my runner-up for Best Album Art of the Year has now been changed to Landmarks, The Darkest Place I've Ever Been. Because I forgot this came out, and it's better than my previous runner-up, so I've evicted it.
Now we gotta know who it was.
It was, honest to God, I didn't really like a lot of album art this year. It was Lonely God by Fit for a King. I really liked how isolated the black in the middle was with the red surrounding it. But my winner for Album Art of the Year goes to I Love My Computer by Nina Geraci.
Says my name. It says no one in the world does it better. I wanna
Aesthetic.
There's so much going on. I could look at this for like an hour.
That's really why I picked it, because there's so much going on. I want to just sit here and pick it apart is really kind of the theme of the album. So much chaotic production and electronic music. You can tell that every element is like something that it's all electronically based music, and Nina Geraci loves her computer. And it's just so chronically online, like mid-20-year-old album. It's fantastic, and the album art suits it perfectly. It's a perfect, honest representation of everything the album has to offer and talk about.
How many fucking iPhones are there in that picture? I
Probably
count,
a lot.
4.
Yeah, it's
There's 2 Wii's, but why?
it reminds me of like those old, do you guys remember, maybe I'm the like highlights, like magazines that like they would get as kids, and they would give you a picture and you would find the different objects. I feel like this is almost
like
one of those.
I Spy or whatever.
Yeah, kind of. I suppose I Spy is the same thing. Highlights was the I'm too young for I Spy. Let me find the fish. Like,
God.
Alrighty, my runner-up for best album art goes to Even in Arcadia by Sleep Token. And my winner, something that's already been mentioned, is Lonely God by Fit for a King.
Now we're broken and defeated, but we're hunting what we're leaving.
I love that I just evicted your winner.
And I was the one who asked for it too.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just love the, first of all, it's like black and reds, so that's already like very like serious tone for colors, and just like the throne and the guy like phasing out of existence. It really, I don't know, it just really draws your eye to what it is right in the center. It's not it's not that complicated, but
I like the blur on like the skeleton on
Yeah.
the throne.
Sick.
It's a very cool
Pretty good.
album art. Yeah.
Wish that album was better.
Oh. Clock it.
Yeah, I also feel like it's just very hard to get like a black and red color scheme wrong.
right.
It's a very safe and very popular color scheme, but for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
We should know. That's our color scheme.
True. All right, that takes us to our next superlative award, the best live performance. Now, on one hand, this is the year that I went to the most live shows than ever before. On the other hand, I believe this is probably the least amount of shows that you, Derek, have ever been to in a year.
Yes.
So we
And
are
me as well.
getting all across the spectrum for this superlative tonight. Justin, get us started on best live performance.
Oh, that's right. We do this silly snake draft. So I only went to 3 shows. So one of these, unfortunately, is not on here, but I guess I can say it as an honorable mention. My runner-up for this was Glass Waves headliner which here was February 15th, 2015.
2015.
My 2025. Sorry. My winner for this is Fame on Fire's The Death Card Tour.
So you're telling me I should have gone?
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Didn't you have
Yeah,
that as
yeah.
one of your albums last year?
Yes.
It was up there, yeah. I think it cracked the top 10 because I forced it in there because I like the album so much.
It was a really good album, and I kind of wish I forget if I put it on my list. I didn't update my doc when I changed the formatting, but it was a really good album set. They had songs like Suicide, No Tomorrow, Nothing Left, Nightmare, Desire, Spiral, and Chains, all from the album. And then some of their older stuff like Ketamine, Welcome to the Chaos, Her Eyes. The big thing about that tour was them playing covers. So on the VIP, I think they had an option of 5. For the show that I went to, they played a cover of Numb by Linkin Park, which was funny because I think Archetypes, which was an opener for that, I think they did their One More Night cover from Linkin Park. And then Holocene was the other opener. I can't remember which cover they did. Whatever their most popular cover is, I'm sure. But it was very consistent. They were all 3 bands that really fit well together. Each of their songs were great. I just really enjoyed my time.
Hell yeah. So yeah, like Jake mentioned, I went to 2 shows this year. It made choosing really easy. So my runner-up is the Twilight in Concert experience.
God damn it.
With Devin Barris singing. And my winner is The Plot and You on their North American 2025 tour.
Twilight snubbed out of an award.
See, but the thing is, the Twilight concert, I didn't get to sit in balcony. I was just sitting. This one of my best friends texted me and said, "Hey, I've got 2 VIP tickets for The Plot and You. Do you want to go?" Duh. So we went and got there in time to see Boundaries and Holding Absence, both of whom are great. But I left. I'm pretty sure I messaged the Discord after the concert ended, and I was like, "Oh no, we lost him, man down."
God.
That's never happened
Oh,
before.
that's awesome. No, that's a new. I'm honest
a
to
new
God
one.
surprised that it took us this long to have somebody's camera fall. Mine shuts off my computer. His just falls over.
You're gonna have to deal with my camera like this. It won't be perfect.
You got it,
Yeah,
bro.
it's fine.
It's good. It's good.
I left that concert and I texted the Discord and I was like, "Are Plot and You the best band ever?" Now,
No.
no, I hit that
I went to that
post-show
show.
clarity. And I was like, "Oh, well, maybe not." But the show was fantastic. They sounded great live. The production value and lighting and everything was fantastic. The band sounded great. Getting to see everything from above was a different experience for me. I'd never really been in a balcony show before. But it was great, and Plot sounded amazing. Everybody went crazy for the Breakdown and Forgotten. They had a really good set list too. A couple songs that I wish had made it in there, but overall, I knew most of the songs by heart that they played, and yeah, it was just a great show. I think it was my second time seeing Plot, I want to say. But it was markedly better than the first one, obviously, because I can barely remember if I saw them, but this one I won't forget. I mean, it was just a great time. A couple Long Island iced teas. Maybe it might have been the Long Island iced teas that made everything so good by the time we got to the encore.
That's what
'cause
made
of
that
course-
Bad Omen show we went to really good.
You know, yeah, the time with my friends was like all right or whatever, and like Bad Omens were fine, but like that 6th Corona and Lime like really sealed the deal. I don't know, great show. My favorite I saw this year. I'm still so mad about concerts this year. I had something come up and missed Honey Revenge. I missed Garden. should piss me off. I could have had
You
the best
had the
list of all time.
opportunity to come with me to Memphis Mayfire and never tell.
That is true. That is true. I should have taken that.
Yeah,
fumbled.
it was just a random fucking guy while I was in VIP. It was like, hey, I have 3 tickets to give away. Do you have a friend? I'm like, yeah, I'll try. And then you were busy, unfortunately.
Yeah. I hate life, bro. How you tell me I missed out on Nevertell, Garden, and Honey Revenge this year, and my list is The Plot and You and Twilight in Concert. I mean, both are great shows. Don't get me wrong.
That sounds like 2025 in a nutshell. To be honest,
I will say the Twilight in Concert is probably one of the more memorable concerts I've ever been to. I can't lie. I've never been to anything like that. It was sick. I would definitely go again if given the opportunity.
Alrighty. So my runner-up for best live performance goes to Landmarks on the Return of the Black tour. And my winner for best live performance goes to Imminence on the Return of the Black tour.
A pretty good tour, huh?
Oh yeah. Well, the first kind of, yeah, but yeah, just, and it was my second time seeing them, and they really, really upped their game. Just like, first of all, the freaking moment in God-Fearing Man where Harold plays the guitar with the fiddle stick. It's so cool live, and just the energy that they gave, absolutely incredible. And Eddie screaming into the freaking violin, and you literally hearing what he says through, like, I don't even know what the science of it. Like, yeah, it's vibrating the strings using his voice. Absolutely unforgettable. It was one of the coolest experiences ever, and honestly, you just gotta go see him. It's so cool.
One of the many tours to go to Worcester that I was not able to go to this year that I wish I was able to. But I guess on that note, I have a lot of preface to my award winners for the best live performance this year. So, for some perspective, Connecticut is typically a state that most bands miss, because you got New York City, like 3-ish hours from like Hartford, or 2-ish hours from New Haven. And then you got Boston, which is also like 2-ish hours from Hartford. So it's like you play New York and Boston, and it's like there's rarely reason to come to Connecticut, but when the tours do come to Connecticut, I really try to make an effort to go to them. And I went to 9 different shows this year. I could be going to a 10th this weekend, and I'm probably opting out of it. But I just want to preface with some data to get across how lucky Connecticut was this year in regards to the shows, and specifically catered to my music taste. So I've pulled out the data for all of the headliners and where they are ranked in my Last.fm all-time history. So, of my top artists of all time on Last.fm, I saw 4 of my top 12 artists of all time.
Dang.
Out of 9 concerts that I went to this year. And to list them off, Rain City Drive, who were an opener, Hot Milk, twice, by the way, as an opener and as a headliner, Future Palace, and Dayseeker. The further we go down the list, you got Spirit Box as my 16th most. You've got Memphis Mayfire and Nevertell, both at the same show, racking up right next to each other at 35 and 36. And then you have Poppy at 50. And then all that leaves is Honey Revenge, The Plot and You, and Magnolia Park falling just outside of my top 100. So, the fact that... I'm just trying to say that amongst 9 shows, the fact that 4 of my top 12 artists of all time in 1 year is kind of crazy.
That is insane.
I don't think I'm ever going to get a year like this again, as long as I live in New England. So with that being said, this was definitely the hardest superlative for me to figure out because I went to just so many incredible shows this year. My runner-up for best live performance goes to Spirit Box on the Tsunami Sea North American tour, which I was just at this past weekend in Wallingford, Connecticut at the Oakdale Theater. God, I want to give this my tour of the year so bad. But it is not every day that you get to see one of your top 10 favorite bands of all time in a small-ass venue, and that's why my winner for best live performance goes to Hot Milk's headliner in Hamden, Connecticut. This truly feels like a once-in-a-lifetime sort of show, where how often are you going to be able to see a top 10 favorite band of all time in a sub 300 capacity venue? When am I ever going to see Amaranth in a venue that size these days? It's not happening. It's not happening with Grandson. It's not happening with Bad Omens. It's not happening with any other band in my top 10. And I saw Hot Milk in a venue that could not fit maybe more than 12 people in a line to the back of the venue. And not to mention, their set list was phenomenal. The crowd was super into it. And it was just a phenomenal night. Admittedly, I didn't love either of the openers as much. But this award I'm giving to just the best live performance, not best tour overall. And if I'm talking best live performance, it was absolutely seeing Hot Milk in such an intimate venue. Playing so many of my favorite songs of theirs from the likes of Over Your Dead Body, Swallow This, Glass Spiders I finally got to hear live. What else was there? Sunburn from Your Bible, one of my favorite songs off of the new album. And they did a new version of Candy Coated Lies, remixed to be like kind of heavier and more genty than the pop punk style that it was originally released in. So yeah, just overall an unforgettable show for me.
Hell yeah. I'm trying to think. I don't think I could see any of my top 10 in a 300 cap venue ever.
Yeah.
So I'm not jealous. No. Me? No.
Maybe you,
Maybe you
should be. Maybe you should be.
I might be able to see Garden.
Fuck Virginia.
Dude. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, you point that out with New York and Boston, dude. People go to DC, Baltimore, Charlotte, Carrboro. Nobody likes fucking. We get like Nickelback in Bristow. That's what we get. Hell no,
Nope.
dude. Although, honest to God, if Nickelback did come to Bristow, I would totally go see them. I don't know why I'm talking
would.
shit. I would be there so fast, dude. Motley Crue is coming to Bristow with like these two like metal bands from like the late '80s, I guess, coming through, and it's a banger lineup. Tell me why lawn seats are $100. I'm gonna pay $100 to sit in the grass and like not be able to see the people.
I did that for Halsey.
Oh man, I'd do it for Halsey. Actually, I don't know if I do it for Motley Crue, but I'd do it for Halsey.
That takes us to our third superlative award we are handing out today for the favorite artist discovered in 2025. We obviously talk about a lot of new music on the podcast. We have our favorite bands that we've been talking about for years, but in part a lot thanks to Justin bringing a lot of new bands to the podcast. Hi. But yeah, this award just goes out to...
I don't contribute at all.
This award goes out to the band that we did not know of heading into 2025 that we think is our favorite new band discovered in the year. Derek, get us started.
Spoilers, I ate good.
I have no doubt, bro. So my runner-up for favorite artist discovered goes to Spill Tab, who is a female artist out of LA who sings in both English and French, doing like indie alternative pop. She put out an album this year. It was great. But my favorite artist discovered this year, thanks to Jake, is South Arcade.
Yup.
Which I get to pick because I did not listen to that EP until the January recap. January 10th, 2025, got in there.
I will fall on the sword for this. I took the blow, so I can't do it.
Man, it's not even necessarily that South Arcade, with either their December EP or their EP this year, put out like my favorite pieces of music that I heard all year, but they were, from the first month of the year to the last month of the year, probably the most consistent band that I listened to, both in terms of output and in terms of, I could listen to South Arcade at any given point. Like, finding them in the winter made winter feel like summer, which was really great because I don't do well in the fall winter months, and it was just like, oh yeah, let me vibe out to some South Arcade. I listened to the hell out of 2005 for a good like 2-3 months, until Supermodels dropped, and there was that, and Stone Cold Summer I was listening to, and Stone Cold Summer got me through pretty much the entirety of the year, but especially the summer when I finally got the chance to roll my windows down. It was the first song I made sure that I listened to. Just they're so fun and consistently good, and you can't help but have a good time when you listen to South Arcade. It's crazy. I haven't found, I think they are the single band this year that consistently like released the most dopamine in my brain when listening to them. Like, it's always summertime when you're listening to South Arcade. Effectively every day is, mid upper 70s with the windows down on your way to the beach. It's great. There really is no other band doing it like them right now, and I can't believe how successful they've been. They're going to be huge. Like, not to say that they aren't already like 1.5 million monthly, but like they're destined for success. I can't believe how good they are this early on into their career.
Yep. Let it be known that they would. They probably. Okay, I don't know. I really like.
Maybe at least runner up.
Maybe runner up. Okay. Up.
So, my favorite artist discovered. I was adding a U into favorite as I said that because it was spelled wrong. But my runner up goes to Acres. I saw them live and I liked what I heard, so that was it. But my winner goes to a band we haven't talked about on the podcast, and it's a band I found like in the past month. And they have 600 monthly listeners, and their name is Never Lost. And it is it's metalcore, but it's also it genre bends. Like, there's like rapping, some little piano bits as well, and I really enjoyed their song Bought and Sold. It came out in November. And that's why they're my number one.
How do you spell that?
Never/lost.
Okay, I was like, how am I not finding? Like, is this a never less situation? Is it NVR?
Well, I can't comment too much more on that because you kept that a secret from all of us up until now. So
nope. Yeah.
I'm going to move on to my picks then for favorite artist discovered.
There you go,
brother. I think the band is called Drone Strike.
No,
I think the album is Never Lost.
I sent it to you.
Yeah. Is that not Drone Strike?
Yeah.
It's Never Lost.
The Never Lost is the album name.
Yeah, look at Spotify.
I'm telling you.
Oh wait. No wait. Now their bio is Never Lost, formerly Drone Strike.
Oh,
but they also their Spotify profile says the artist name is Drone Strike, and they put out an album called Never/Lost.
Confusing.
What the hell?
Very confusing.
Yeah,
I sent the YouTube link. Not
you're
confusing there.
You're cooking.
My runner-up for favorite artist discovered goes to Dead Seven. They put out their debut album this year. Absolutely loved Blur, Hole and Teeth off that album. Really underrated band. But my winner Favorite artist discovered in 2025 goes to Nightlight.
私は綺麗かあなたはネズミ I'm a chef, you're the sea Try me again and swallow me Drop my necklace and I like the breed to change your jewelry You're a trap
Should have seen
They
this
put
coming.
out their debut
I
EP
saw this one.
earlier this year. Thanks to Future Static for featuring on What If I'm the Devil. I don't know if I would have discovered this band otherwise. I was obsessed with that song from the moment it came out. Just barely missed my top 10 songs of the year. And then the EP comes out, and I thought that maybe this band is just going to be like a one-hit wonder with like one really strong song and the rest of the EP just doesn't hit. Nope. They're just that good. And they've released 2 other songs since the release of that EP. We haven't talked about them on the podcast, Heaven Below and Drama Drama. And I really like both of those songs as well. And when they drop their next EP or album or whatever they're doing, I will be talking about it hopefully sometime next year, because they've been one of the most consistently enjoyable bands for me throughout the year, from dropping an EP to dropping even more singles only a few months later. They have their Spotify bio is alternative music for pop people or something along those lines, and you definitely hear it. It's a lot of really cool maybe you got a lot of really cool genre mixing going on in all of their songs. So Nightlight, my favorite artist discovered 2025, maybe the smallest band to ever win this award. Let me scroll through my document. Yes, that would check out.
No,
Smallest band
Never
that is-
Lost is now the.
For me.
Actually, Justin's probably got one that's even smaller.
With 12 monthly listeners from the Czech Republic.
Not quite. Let me roll a d20.
No way.
No. So my runner-up for this is Beyond Awareness. We talked about them at some point, and they could have won this if they had a chance to put out their album this year. Next year, it's probably going to come out, so we'll probably be talking about them again at some point. My winner for this is, no question, this is Visenya's award.
I'm so obsessed with coming back To think I'll ever get enough Been so alone here
No surprises here.
They had like what, a 5-6 year hiatus, and then come back with like one of the best songs of this year with Sleep In, and then just keep coming with banger after banger. As of recording this, they literally just dropped their EP Empty Spaces, and it's very good. So I highly recommend Visenya if you guys haven't already checked them out. They're super poppy, but also kind of heavily influenced in that rock, metalcore instrumentation. Very much issues based. Heavily recommend this band. It's such a breath of fresh air because really we were only getting Nightlife and like maybe some other bands sprinkled here and there, like Pulses, Marionettes, maybe a couple others here and there. But no, Visenya, they hit the ground running this year, and I'm really hoping they are put on some tours in the coming like year or so, because
And that they go to Virginia.
these guys are tight. They're good.
Why would you say that, Jake? I feel like you just jinxed my entire bloodline. Talking about
Come to Connecticut.
Virginia.
Come to Connecticut, actually. Do that.
Come to Brazil.
You guys are literally the come to Brazils of America.
We are.
We really are.
Come to Virginia.
I don't know. I was reading Instagram comments on some tour for some stupid fucking reason, because I was just like doom scrolling some afternoon, and I saw a comment that was like, "Come to Eastern Iowa."
Specifically Eastern.
See, like, I no complaints if you're saying come to Iowa. Come to Eastern Iowa. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what is in Eastern Iowa. I don't know if like Des Moines is in Eastern Iowa or what, or what is around there. But that comment made me chuckle.
You're digging yourself
I
a
mean,
bigger hole.
Cedar Rapids, Iowa City. I got a lot of family in the Midwest, and I've been to and through Iowa. Nobody wants to go to Eastern Iowa.
Yeah.
When your biggest and best city is Des Moines, you know you have a problem. I mean, it's
Oh, what now? I don't
Des
even know where
Moines.
Iowa is.
It's underneath Minnesota, like directly underneath
Okay.
it.
I know where Minnesota is.
But Iowa does have a lot of pizza ranches. If you guys ever go to the Midwest and get the chance to go to Pizza Ranch, dessert pizza, I'm telling you, bro. There's like it's like a Midwest only thing. It's like CC's. Jake, have you ever been to CC's? But it's like CC's on crack. It's like a pizza buffet.
There was a place in Tennessee called Snappy's that I used to go to as a kid that had a pizza buffet. So good. Rest in peace.
Love a good pizza buffet, dude.
Next to Nebraska. Yo, Pizza Hut used to have pizza buffet.
We used to be a real country. Now Pizza Hut makes wings.
Okay. My turn, right?
Yep. Your turn for the most improved artist of the year.
Mine's kind of boring, honestly. I feel like it's really expected. My most improved artist runner-up goes to Bloodywood. And
I'll
my
take it.
winner is Idola.
Yeah,
that is
no,
not
that's
who
expected.
I thought it would be, but that
That's
does
also
make
not how I
sense.
thought
It
would
does
be.
make sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, just toning down the aggressiveness and complicated instrumentals and making a just a easier album to listen to really drew me in, and honestly it made me appreciate the band more, and I went back and listened to their other stuff that I was kind of hard on in the past, and I enjoy it more. I still don't like it as much as the new stuff, but definitely my number one. I knew it was from the moment Mend came out. It's like, this is it. This is the most improved artist. Since January, I had this.
This
love thing.
January is crazy, bro.
So yeah.
All right, most improved artist of 2025 for me. This one's always a little bit weird because a lot of the most improved artists of the year kind of they start that trajectory in the year prior. So like this is not my winner or runner up, but for example, The Devil Wears Prada with Ritual last year. Like, that's a phenomenal song, and they kind of carry that momentum through into 2025. But I would say that started last year, so I don't feel like it's worthy of giving them that award for 2025.
You can do it.
But there are other bands I would put ahead of them anyway. My runner-up for
Okay.
most improved
Really,
artist
my whole
of
nomination.
my runner-up for most improved artist of 2025 goes to Foxcult, with their debut album Watercolors. The Emerald Grove came out, phenomenal album, from a band that I was historically very, very hit or miss with. But my most improved artist of 2025 is actually one of those that kind of got their start last year, but it wasn't a band that I really believed in until this year. It goes to Amir Alfaqui.
Take me under. Take me
Good
Her
shout.
debut EP, Skin to Skin, came out last year, and of the 8 songs on it, there was really only one that I cared for, being Save Myself or Save Yourself. And the fact that I don't even know if it's Save Yourself or Save Myself should kind of tell you everything that needs to be known about my expectations of Amira. I had heard her name getting tossed around as like this new up-and-coming artist. I listened to the EP, and I'm just not convinced at all. And then she releases another single late last year, which was it was Will You Love Me When I'm Dead? And I really liked it, but it was one song after 8 songs on an EP that I really did not care for. But then the Surrender EP comes out, And we'll be talking about that more later. So I'm going to end my conversation here. Most improved of 2025. Amir
Mine's
Alpha
going to be easy because the runner-up for this doesn't matter, because all that matters is we changed a fucking award for this. The most improved artist is Solence.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know
I
what?
can get
That's
behind
valid.
that. I can get behind that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I mean,
this is like the good ending to the story.
Yeah.
Solence actually
Are you
gets
saying this is
awarded
the
for
end?
their
we
efforts.
fucking changed an award, so let's give them a award afterward. Because man, Solence, they were hit and miss for the last 4 years. Ever since Brothers dropped, and then Hope is a Cult kind of came and went. Jake, whatever you say is invalid. This newest album, it has set a good trajectory for them. I'm still kind of on the fence, because it really just depends on where they go from here. Whether this was just a side quest, or if this is where they're going. It's really gonna build on what's to come for the next year. But I really liked the direction that they went for. Is it Angels Calling? Yeah, that's the album. I really hope they stick with it, but who really knows?
I would say, even though they weren't really in contention for my most improved, this was definitely a step up from their last album. And most of their other material since Brothers. And that's coming from me, as the Solence apologist, who thought a lot of that material from the mid-years was actually decent.
Can't fucking believe the Solence apologist didn't put it on there.
Well, that would
Such
make
a
because
fraud.
they can't improve as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Apologizing for him. We made no apologies. We took every opportunity
fair.
to. My runner-up for most improved artist goes to Thornhill, for leaning more into that kind of grungy industrial sound. I not necessarily that I minded their sound before, but it didn't connect with me as consistently as this more evolved sound of theirs did. Which I guess I could say too about my most improved artist award, which goes to 1,000 Below.
From your face while you dance on my mind. So what do you hate me for?
Did
Which is
someone
kinda
say
what
1,000 Below?
No way.
That's funny.
I wore this sweatshirt today because we brought them up so much in part 1 that I was like, there's a chance
That's
it gets brought up again. And then I can
wouldn't
do a
mind that
bit.
shirt, and we've already brought them up today.
And you didn't
He's
even
covered
make
in
mention of it, man. I'm trying to steal the
Forgot.
spotlight. My bad.
See, that was an
Remember
album
this
that
CD?
I didn't. I remember that CD. You guys are listening to it in the car.
We were.
Without me. No. I Hell Finds You Everywhere was, in my opinion, a good album and a step up from a lot of their previous material, but I didn't think that it was as consistent, and I wouldn't have said that after hearing that album that 1,000 Below had really found their sound. But Buried in Jade really felt like that next evolution of where the band was headed. And I think just as musicians, vocally, production-wise, Buried in Jade was just such a step up from everything they'd done already. And they delivered a really consistent album that I found myself going back to quite a bit, which is more than I could say for most of Hell Finds You Everywhere, let alone the album altogether. I really, really enjoyed that album. And I think that if they stay on this trajectory, I think that they're going to do really well in the coming years. I think they'll stop necessarily being a band that's this is a fantastic support. And okay, let's get them consistently headlining here. Because they deserve to pop off with this album. I think they're sitting at 500,000 monthly listeners right now. Let me look.
While you find that data,
That's it.
Jacob, how many times have you seen 1,000 Below and only just now saw them headline for the first time this year?
9, I think.
Point proven.
Dang.
Point proven.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You know what? They
Yeah.
should have been my runner-up. Can I change mine?
Sure.
For Best live performance. See you, Landmarks. It's 1,000 below now.
Hell yeah. Yeah, they're at about 300,000 monthly listeners right now, a little over. So, again, you hear an album like Buried in Jade, they should have way more. Should only be a matter of time at this point with how consistently they've been putting out music and touring. And I hope they pop off because they deserve it.
Yep. That brings us to our headline topic for this episode, the top 5 EPs of 2025. And I get to start this one out again. So that's exciting. And I'm once again going to preface this with some data because I did some digging.
Nerd.
As I said, I've been very open about the fact that EPs have kind of blown me away this year in comparison to albums, and that like there have just been so many incredible EPs, more than basically ever before. So I wanted to do some digging, some research on I'm the only one without glasses now. Wait.
No, he's fucking mogging us. Why does he have sunglasses on?
No. I'll drop the bit. So I did some digging into all of my Spotify Wrapped top 100 songs, best of the year playlist that I've had over the past couple of years. In 2023, there were a total of 6 songs from EPs in my entire top 100. And no songs from my number 5 EP of the year and lower in my best of the year. In 2024, last year, there were, again, 6 songs in my top 100 that were from EPs, and there were no songs from my number 4 or number 5 favorite EP of last year in that top 100 place. For reference, there are 23 songs from EPs in my top 100 of 2025. That is 4 times as many as the past 2 years.
That's crazy.
And that
Holy balls.
includes songs from my top 12 EPs of the year. So to say that this was stacked is almost an understatement from my perspective. This was incredibly hard to narrow down. And my number 5 EP of the year would arguably be better than my EP of the year in 2023. That is genuinely how insane the competition was this year. And I'm going to go ahead and rip the Band-Aid off because my number 5 EP of the year is I Don't Belong Here by Windwalkers.
So that is also my number 5.
That's crazy.
That's fucking funny.
Is this the part where I say it's also on my list?
It's also on my list.
Yeah. So let's all talk about this while we're on the topic.
I ripped the Band-Aid off a little early. But
So
this EP dude, as I said, this EP should be like number 2 or number 3 on any other year.
Yeah, this like clears bars, but this year had so much competition.
Yeah.
I have literally, since we've been talking, I've been like rearranging my top 5 EP list because like it's so close between each one, and like just enough. Like Windwalkers did not clear enough to like go above number 5, but like, what are we saying? Like, this band's great. This EP is phenomenal. There's such consistency, but also like refreshing songs, especially like Silk and Static, and the way they blend instrumentation with Hereditary and Sink In. It's just like the guys are on the road to like have one of the best like sophomore albums to come.
Yeah, I mean, if this EP, if you switch the order of them releasing this EP in 2023, and then What If I Break as an album this year, this is a top 2 EP of 2023 at minimum, and What If I Break arguably cracks my top 10 albums of this year when it didn't crack my top 10 in 2023, if you just switch the order around. Hereditary is an unreal opener to this EP. The vocal dynamics and like the pop influences on the song are probably, this is probably the best that their pop influence is across the entire EP, especially in the verses with like that bridge verse of "so sick of calling out and never hearing back. Sometimes it's easier to run and not react. But there was nothing I could do. Tell me what you knew. The world was just so cruel to you." Beautiful verse. It's such a cool song. The End Aesthetic is a song that has really grown on me throughout the year as well. And then Funeral Balloons, criminally the least streamed song on this EP, is just an uplifting, kind of sad anthem. It's one of those songs that like kind of, it sounds fun, but it's also a really depressing song. Again, just that delivery on "I'm better off with you gone," and the electronics and instrumental backing, and especially the drumming, that drum groove. It's so simple, but it's so catchy as well. And then, as Justin mentioned, Silk and Static, incredible closer to the EP. Some of the best use of electronics this entire year. That EDM lead-in into verse 2, and especially the EDM, like the Mario coin sound effect on "Yeah, but reality's fucked," where it's like, it's so cool. There's nothing
It's such an earworm.
like it. Nothing like it this year. I cannot believe this is only my number 5 EP of the year. It is absurd.
Yeah, like any other year, this would have been like number 2, number 1, probably. But we just have so much competition, and there's so much like good EPs this year. That really should have been albums in like a better year. But it is what it is. Yeah, no, it's I don't have too much more to add. I really think Windwalkers are on par to be like one of the best up and coming bands. I think this year was like the year they grew the most. I want to say
they're kind of breaking out. Yeah,
they're still like above, like
they're over 1 million. They're over 1 million for sure.
Yeah, I know they're over 1 million, but they were at like 800,000 when Trevor got added. So like they just kind of been steadily growing ever since.
I'm sorry, boys. I will not be seeing you at the Oakdale in a few days, but I will be seeing you open for Dayseeker next spring.
Criminal.
The first time, finally. You literally live one state away from me, and I'm only seeing you now. Stupid.
So Windwalkers was my number 5, so we'll go ahead and move on to Derek, unless Windwalkers was your number 5.
No, it was a little bit higher than that. My number 5 EP of the year is Drive by Rain Division.
My confession is that it's always giving condescending. Learned a lesson, but it was feeling like a never.
Which I had it floating around my 5 through 10, but inevitably I went back to certain songs from this so many times that I felt that if I had to describe like what EPs were, constituting my year, so to speak, it felt right to put them in there. Same way I included Fame on Fire last year. But I think that Rain Division in particular, for a small band, are really doing something incredible and are another one of the few bands that I feel like have really picked up on the essence of what makes bands like Issues and the Home Team so good. And it's focusing on that upbeat, electronic at times, instrumental, and having lyrics that kind of resonate, not necessarily with everybody, but that match the aesthetic of the music that you're trying to create. There's a kind of a, what do you call it? Vaporwave-esque colors on the cover, and there's a car, and it's called Drive, and like it very much is a driving at night or during the day with the windows down kind of EP. The instrumentals are always kind of pushing everything forward. It's, again, just one of those, it's constantly fun in the vein of South Arcade, even if the lyrics, which are more so about, a breakup and moving on from like a toxic relationship, which, again, another theme this year. It's like every other album, every other EP, they're talking about it. Windwalkers too. But just, what I really enjoy the most about this album is how it's not afraid to incorporate those little almost hyper pop-esque electronic bits, especially on I Hope You Have a Good Life, which I think is my favorite song off the EP easily. But you get the kind of drum and lower tune chunky guitar on Stuck in a Loop, everything's just so bouncy and fun. You can't help but like want to listen to this EP by virtue of the vibe that it creates. I really enjoyed it. It's just a 15-minute fun listen, in and out. It's, oh, well, I'm still on my drive. May as well listen to it again. In fact, that's what I did the first time I heard it. I was trying to go through the new releases and I was driving home from work, and it's like an hour drive. And I listened to this and I was like, huh, this was a really good driving EP. I'm going to listen to it again. And there were just so many times, again, like if I had the default song to put on in my car, since then it was either Stuck in a Loop or I Hope You Have a Good Life. It was just fun, upbeat. You know, even again, the lyrics aren't as upbeat, but it's like, oh, well, I had a toxic relationship. Like, I'm going to move on. But even if you ignore the lyrics, just the sonic, the vibe to it, it's just so upbeat, moving on, like stay happy and positive no matter what's happening. It's impossible to not enjoy listening to this EP, in my opinion, for one reason or another. And yeah, it stuck with me enough and in enough of a meaningful way that I decided to put it over some of the other EPs lower in my list, even if I felt those other EPs peaked higher. Which once I name them, you'll probably see why. But
I forgot about this EP and I remember liking it.
It's
good.
very good.
It's a good
This
EP,
band
yeah.
is 2,000 monthly listeners, and this is their debut EP. Like, that's
they're
wild.
gonna keep putting out the good shit. I have a feeling this EP is so consistent.
Did you listen to their song with Matt McAndrew?
I don't think so.
It's What About
It's good.
Love? It's the most played song. It's really good. I think
Oh,
you'll-
is it a cover?
No, I don't
Huh.
think so.
Okay, then I'll have to listen to it.
Yeah, it's very good. All right, Jacob.
My number 5 EP of the year is The Lovely by Cold State. And honestly, I remember, so I if I'm being honest, I remember talking about this EP. I wrote it down in my document and said, is it worth a re-listen? And I said yes. So in the past 3 days, I've re-listened to it a bunch. And yeah, I really like it. It's 11 minutes, which is, it's in and out, 3 songs. And I just love the atmosphere I get from it. And kind of reminds me of, like, especially his vocals, they remind me a little bit of Rory from Dayseeker.
I can see it.
So picking up the slack for Dayseeker in a year where Dayseeker wasn't very good. And yeah, I just love the vibe. Like, you get the guitar solo and All Like You. I love the instrumental intro of Far From Me. It feels, what artist does it feel like? I can't put my finger on it, but it sounds familiar.
Mhm.
It's, I guess it's Era. With the guitars and the and what was that one song? Day Shell? Is that, what's that song? Can't remember. Anyway, the really bassy guitar.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, hold on, I'm gonna find this for you, bro.
But anyway, it doesn't really matter. But it's just a really nice instrumental intro with a big bass, and you get like these angelic vocals after that, and then it's just so dynamic. And yeah, like I said, it's 11 minutes, quick and easy. Thing you can play on repeat, honestly. And yeah.
This was my number 11 for what it's worth. This was just barely out of my top 10. It's a really good EP. Far From Me is my favorite song on here, but A Lot Like You is also a phenomenal song.
I wish I liked this more. All I like you stuck with me throughout the rest of the year, but I could not get attached to the other two.
I
I
think
would
the
say-
song you're thinking of is "Letting Go," Jacob.
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I got you, bro.
It is Day Shell, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think Heaven Bound is probably the worst song on the EP, but still other two songs pick up for where it lacks. So
Yep,
number
I'm
5.
on board with that. Justin, you got us started with the number 4 EP of the year.
At number 4, we've already talked about. It's Rain Division with their EP Drive.
I wish I could say it was a good time, good time. How could you live, have a good life, good life? Every time I turn around.
All right.
Did you want to add anything more?
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed I Hope You Have a Good Life. That song stuck with me like the plague throughout the entire year. I think it's probably, of anything that's attached to an album, I think it's like my most played song. And it's just one of those songs that never left my on repeat, but anytime I would listen to it, I was like, I need to hear that again. And I just put it on repeat for X amount of time. I really enjoyed Stay With You. That was really good. You're Everything was also kind of like a good lead in. But I Hope You Have a Good Life just cements this band as just being like very phenomenally talented. The fact they have as little monthly listeners as they do is in fact a travesty and a failure of humanity at this point, because more bands like we need to listen to this. This is great. Highly recommend.
Derek.
I meant Stay Lost, not Stay With You. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, Justin.
My
How
bad. I
dare
didn't have the
you.
track list open. All right, Derek.
My number 4 EP of the year goes to an artist that we haven't talked about on the podcast, and it is Katumu with her EP Free Therapy.
Waterfall in April. Mama says I'm an angel.
The vibe is very much indie bedroom pop, very unrefined, earnest, honest. The whole EP, the Free Therapy, is about the incessant kind of Google searching that you can fall down the rabbit hole when you're feeling anxious or depressed, and you just constantly look at things on the internet like, oh, am I going to die? What is this feeling? Is life going to work out? It's written, so Katumu is, I believe, a 23-year-old female indie artist out of New York. And there's all sorts of things that she writes about on here. And it almost reads more like a journal of ungathered thoughts and like poetry in the making. And it's so intriguing because it's so real. It's not, you can tell it's not like, oh, like some, yeah, they didn't pull a Devil Wears Prada and go to LA and get some pop songwriter to write the music, it's, which for all, I got to give them a stray, but in all seriousness, it's very straightforward. She's not afraid to hide, whether it be mental illness, substance abuse. I mean, there's an entire song on here called Sober about like not knowing yourself and like recognizing the like you in high school that was like going to the first dance and like excited to live life. And then now it's, the chorus, you would have loved to get to hold her, but the short term wins me over. You would have loved to get to know her, but you've never met me sober. And then talking about it in the way that like it impacts your interpersonal relationships and the way you see yourself. About always, there's a song called Matador, and that like men in her life, that they're almost her matador because she's chasing red flags type of deal. It's very Gen Z. I'm stuck in a small apartment and I don't know where my life is headed type of EP. There talks about, I believe it's on Departure Time, the last song on the EP, that she just talks about like running away type of deal and impulsively leaving behind everything that she's known and like the way that it would impact her and like the kind of freedom because she's just looking for something different and new in life. It is, and the lyrics are so, I don't even know, cringy isn't the right word, but it's like they're cringe in a good way. And it's to the sense of like, yeah, well, it's not even necessarily easy. I think easy's part of it, but I think that they're easy by virtue of the fact of how, like, I used the word unrefined earlier, but the songs are strung together in a way that makes sense. But it's like, you can very much tell that it's written by somebody who's going through this and who has writing talent and musical talent, and just, yeah, they just need a vent almost about the things that are happening to them. And it's kind of a somber EP. It's not, I guess it's kind of sad, but it's not sad in the same way that, like, spoiler alert, the Chelsea Cutler EP is. It's just a girl who can sing, writing about her life with an acoustic guitar and the earnestness of it all. Especially as somebody who is in a similar situation, who's of a similar age, like it spoke to me, which I really enjoyed. There's not a lot of EPs out there. There were good EPs this year, but I didn't feel that there were as many that I could connect to until we get higher up on my list. And this was one that I felt a connection to. I couldn't put it any higher because of the EPs that are in the top 3. We'll get to that here shortly. You can tell, I guess one of them is already Windwalkers because I just said my number 4 and it's not Windwalkers, but yeah.
And we know one of the other ones, hypothetically
speaking. Actually, I think you know both of them. I think my top 3 is just kind of out there now.
I think I know the last one too.
Yeah, I have a feeling. If you don't, Jake does. So
here's the thing: there's 2 EPs that it could be, and I'm gonna be a little upset on either which one is left out of your top 5. Is the reality?
Yeah, one of them. The other one that you're thinking of, I think, is number 7. So
I think I know what number 7 is. Anyways,
I'm judging you all the way an hour away from you.
Don't do it.
Jacob.
He's in the walls.
My number 4. My number 4 EP of the year is Who Sold You This Truth by Colorblind.
Is that how you
I wanted to listen to this, but knowing there's an album next year, just gave up on it.
This was also just outside of my top 10 EPs.
Yeah, so let me start off with the reason this isn't higher is because I think it is back heavy. The last 3 songs are by far way better than the first 3 songs. Just I think for me it's just the dynamic vocal range. Like in the first 3 songs he kind of stays a little bit more in that picturesque kind of range, but in the later songs you get some scream vocals, and we all know I've had picturesque as my number 1 for the last 2 years in top EPs. So yeah, I don't have a ton to say. Like Misery Loves Company, the chorus is so catchy. Same with Never Sleep. And honestly, I just love the breakdown in God Complex. Like those 3 songs back to back to back make this EP for me. And
God Complex live was so good.
Oh,
It's like even he performed. Yeah, he opened for, or Colorblind opened for Dayseeker when I saw them this summer. So that was before God Complex even like came out as a song, or it was like just as it came out, I think. And yeah, they scream even more of God Complex than on the studio. Like I was actually surprised with how soft the studio version was on Spotify.
I don't know. I'm gonna bring this up, but is anybody, when you're listening to a song, when the lyrics talk about a car crash while you're driving, does anybody else get paranoid?
A little bit, yeah. Depends if I choose. It's like if I'm listening to Granite by Sleep Token, right? Like, I'm like, hold on.
I work in the claims department in insurance. I'm always paranoid.
That's why you have a dash cam.
That's why I don't have a dash cam.
No, you should always have a
Yeah,
dash cam.
right.
The insurance guy's telling me not to get a dash cam. That sounds weird.
Well, it
I don't know
depends.
what
You
it
think
said.
you're more or less likely to cause the accident?
That's
That's
I'm
why
the
I
best
don't.
driver on
well,
the road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, get a dash cam then. Good luck, buddy.
I hold everybody else to this very high standard. Anyway, we're on a tangent. So let's get Jake's number. What are we on? 4.
Number 4. I fear I'm about to rip off another Band-Aid. My
Okay.
number 4 EP of the year is Play by South Arcade.
I miss this game so much, I think I wanna
No bandages have been ripped. Beautiful.
It's in my top 10. It's just not in my top 5.
So it's your number 7 that you hinted at.
No,
I feel
no,
like-
I thought you
oh.
were talking about another.
Derek
EP.
has like 6 number 7s at this point.
Be careful with
Honest to
those
God.
numbers that you just said.
South Arcade is my number 9, Jake.
Okay, all right. Again, this is just an unbelievably fun EP. I think it's a step up from the 2005 EP, as incredible as 2005 and How to Get Away with Murder are. I think that Supermodels and Drive Myself Home are just even more phenomenal songs. I'm going to reiterate, as I said when we talked about Drive Myself Home as a single not too long ago, that drum solo outro is so fucking cool. One of the most unique outros to a song I've heard all year. Bleed Out is super catchy. Supermodels is just a word salad of I don't know what the fuck is being sung, but I don't care because it's one of the catchiest things I've heard all year.
Literally.
Fear of Heights, that reverb on I Wanna Play in the chorus, wasn't feeling for it at first. Now I vibe along to it every time I hear it. It is so catchy, and Blood Runs Warm is just the emo happiness anthem of 2025, I think. This EP is like nearly flawless, and it's my number 4 of the year. What the fuck? I don't get it, man. Like, it's just so good. I do have some lyrics that I want to read out. Because I know it's not getting better. You left me high in stormy weather. We're by my side almost forever. Well, good things are meant to end. Oh, here we go again as the chorus in Drive Myself Home. And then in Supermodels, I believe, you get the bridge verse where it's, because I can't keep holding on if I'm not the one you want. Was I dumb to think that everything was so in sync? And I bet your wretched heart can't wait to fall apart. Was I so naive to think everything was special to me? Again, just really cool. I have a lyric written down from Supermodels of, this is one of those lyrics that I cannot follow when I'm listening to it, but they try to block us out, but I'm on your radio. They tried to keep us in the garage, but we're running the show. And now I'm looking in the mirror like, who wouldn't want to be me? Like, how did I get here? When did somebody win a freebie? No friends in high places, got a lucky hand, and it's all aces. And then you get the MLG horn 3, 2, 1, go as like the breakdown. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. And then you make my blood run warm like nothing I felt before. Just happy, uplifting. Not everything in the world is fucked. Just this EP delivers on everything. Like, I don't know what more this EP could have done to be higher. Just, it does everything, and it's number 4. It's stupid. It's silly. It's deserved and also ripped off at the same time.
Yeah, it's one of those EPs, like, everything beneath my top 5 could all be number 6. Like, I don't. It's just positivity and fun and dopamine wrapped up in a beautiful package.
Yep.
It's 9. It could be 6. It could be 7. It could be 8. It could be 10. Who knows? Yeah, way too many good EPs this year. Okay. Well, I'm going to keep this short because my number 3 EP of the year is I Don't Belong Here by Windwalker.
Nothing I could do. Tell me what you knew. The war was just so cruel to you. Well, it's hereditary. Sick of forcing smiles, never looking back.
Pretty much everything that I would have said, you guys already did. I just want to... I had this one in contention with my number 2 for a good while because I think that the instrumentation is so solid on this one and so varied, but yet it all comes together in such a beautiful package to describe the highs and lows of being in a toxic relationship, whether it be, I think we talked about it, but like religion or a relationship or anything like that, that it's a really great depiction of it in a way that is so easily digestible and easy to listen to. Fantastic EP. Definitely one of those that, we talk about some of the songs like at the end of the year that we take with us to the next year and things like that. But this is one of those EPs that is definitely going to stay with me, at least to the next year, if not for a good long while. But can't go any higher because of the 2 that are above it.
Jacob.
My turn to rip off a Band-Aid. My number 3 EP of the year is How Does It Feel by Nightlight.
Nothing made me feel this way over nothing. Make me start a brand new discussion. Baby, I ain't setting boundaries.
Wow. So this is in my top 5. Should I say where it is?
No, probably not.
Is it also your number 3?
Well, I already said. Wait, did I say my number? I have not said my number 3 yet. It's not my number 3.
Okay, then no.
There's 2 numbers above that.
Oh well, I know what the top 2 are then.
Kind of similar to Cold State. I had this in my my document, and in the past 3 days, listened to it again, and I was like, "Yeah, past Jacob was pretty smart." Writing that down.
You're welcome.
And past Jake was pretty smart too. Yeah, this EP is like they say, it's pop music for alternative people, and like the first song, it just sounds like a freaking K-pop song, and then
it's fun as hell.
Yep.
I'm not even a K-pop fan. It's fun as hell.
Yeah, and then Crushin' is just so catchy. Literally like stuck in your head, and it sounds like K-pop as well. Nezumi, I think, is a little bit cringe, but the heavy bits make up for it. And that's another reason why this isn't higher, because probably because of Nezumi, honestly. But yeah, like I just love the creativity and fusing genres together. It's something like we haven't seen, like a K-pop sound and an I want to call it metal, but like alternative, I guess, yeah. Sound fused together, and it's just something really cool to see. Just I love genre fusion. I think it's, and I've said this before, but it is the next step for the music scene is genre fusion, and just seeing bands already doing it is incredible, and I think that's why I put this EP here.
I'm very happy to hear that. I would not have expected that, but I'm very happy about that.
I like my weirdness.
I do too, in some areas, sometimes. Anyways, my number 3 EP of the year goes to If You Do Not Fear Me by Gore.
Can't make a broken heart with a broken man.
guy. I
Really?
expected that.
Okay. This is also in my top 10. It's just not what I expected to be number 3. And now I'm confused and concerned because I know what your 2 and 1 are. I think not to be a fucking Gen Alpha kid,
I don't
think
know.
your 6 is my 7, low key. If that EP is not in here,
I'm out.
So
Guys, I know what
Anyway.
that means now. I finally figured
yeah,
it out.
because the soldier emote. Is that why?
No, I
Have
know
you
they
seen
added
the
it
Soldier
to
70
fucking
I know-
Overwatch.
Yes, I have seen the emote, but I actually know what it means. Like, it means
I
it's
don't.
mid.
So you're ahead of me. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I like
like
that
a 6
one
out of
dad
10 or
that
a
was
7 out
like-
of 10.
Oh, okay. That
I
is,
think.
I saw this thing.
That's
of
what I
this
was
dad,
told. Anyway.
and he was like, the kid was like going like 6'7" to him, and he went like 8'9", and it was so dumb. And I just started doing it randomly. It's so fucking stupid. Anyway, sorry, Jake.
The reason why this is here ahead of Windwalkers and South Arcade is, admittedly, I think both of those EPs peak higher than this one, but this is by far the most consistent EP I have heard all year. It is 4 songs, 15 minutes long. There is no blind spot. There is no anchor holding this EP down. Wrath, Sepsis, Like You Meant It, Orbiting is my least favorite song on here, but it's still a phenomenal song that nearly made my Wrapped playlist. There was a very real chance that, like, honestly, the only reason all 4 of these aren't in my top 100 of the year is because I felt bad having all 4 of them in there in place of another standout song by one artist that would have had 0 songs on the playlist otherwise. And I'm like, I already have 3 songs on this EP in my top 100. Let me give 1 song to that one other artist so they at least get
Biblical
some
greed.
representation. It's just democracy, really. Well, actually, no. Because if it was democracy, Orbiting would be in there because they got more plays and whatever. Wrath is a phenomenal opener. Just an absolutely phenomenal opener. You get this really long, dramatic build up for like a minute, and then the instrumentation kicks in. I absolutely love the chorus. I absolutely love the breakdown in this song. And then Sepsis, again, just another, probably the heaviest song on this EP, and it is disgusting. That second verse where the fuck is it? Where did I write it down? The delivery on the biting as you crawl in that second verse into that guitar distortion. It's disgusting, brutally heavy. I love it. It's amazing. Orbiting, again, another absolutely fantastic breakdown in that song. And then Like You Meant It has not fallen out of my rotation in the 2-ish months since I first heard the song. Probably my favorite Gore song at this point. And it's just an absolutely addicting chorus. The melody on Like the Shadows in the Dark, hold me close in your arms with this night that we mend. Don't know where your body ends. Can we build what was lost or rebirth love from lust? This love feels like death, so kiss me like you meant it. And then not the breakdown of the year, but maybe the breakdown call out of the year on Can't Mend a Broken Heart with a Broken Man. Oh my god.
Banger.
And the delivery on it too is ruthless. It's like, again, this EP really doesn't have any flaws. I wish it could be higher, but number 3 is still a damn good performance out of Gore. I almost had them running back the number 5 spot with their debut EP held for me last year. But with the more time that I've spent with these 4 songs over the past 2 months since it was released in full, I was just like, no, I'm going to get more longevity out of the 4 songs here than the weakest songs on South Arcade and Windwalker's EPs. So that's why I've put it here. Unfortunately, it does not peak high enough to crack my top 2, but an absolutely phenomenal EP across the board, vocally, instrumentally, the pacing, the flow, the structure. Phenomenal job. Gore are well on their way to a Dark Horse top 10 album of the year contender whenever they decide they're going to make an album.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully. That's all I got.
All right. My number 3 is Vesenia with their EP Empty Spaces.
Shivering,
I am happy that this cracked your top 5.
Oh yeah.
I figured it would.
Yeah, I figured it would, but I'm very happy it did. God, this is so
So, all intents and purposes, my number 6, which just got pushed out of my list because of it, was Soft Spoken with their EP Martyr. That EP is also really good. I highly recommend it. It's just with how consistent EPs were this year, I had to cut something, and everything else just had so many more highs. This EP with a band that's been gone for as long as Visenya were, to come back and not only make a statement for just how like unique their sound is, but also like bring everyone back to that kind of Issues style sound that we don't get now a lot. They started with Sleep In. We talked about all of the songs on the EP. Sleep In, fantastic start. Really brought what the band was doing with the sound. Delusional, Hype Dream, and then Empty, just all throughout. They don't sound the same, but at the same time are all familiar to one another. That it's just an easy, clean listen to. This is like one of the EPs that you're gonna forget is on repeat, and then just keep listening to it because you have nothing else better to do. This EP literally just came out today, and like I'm 100% sold on it. Like this and you're great. The EP is fantastic. I need more from this band. I need them to tour.
Is
And
that
go
the
to Virginia.
quickest release to end of year list pipeline ever?
No,
It like
Jake
came out
did it
today.
last year.
I did it
Yeah,
with.
I mean, Jake had an
Letter
EP
Sent
that dropped
Home.
the day after we recorded.
Yeah,
Did
I
you have the EP
DM'd Letter Sent Home because they pushed
Oh,
back the
yeah.
release date, and I was like, "Hey, I'm recording a podcast and I want to talk about this EP," and I was planning on it, but then you pushed back the song. So can I hear the last song, like, because we're recording it like tomorrow?
So you had the EP. It's not even quickest. You had it in your list before it released.
Yes.
Yes, technically, yes.
I mean, that's all I got. Like, we won't shut up about Visenya. And what else can I say about, like, probably easily one of the most standout artists of this year?
Criminally underrated still. I mean, admittedly, they've only put out
Absolutely.
4 songs since coming back this year, so like they haven't had a ton of chances to hit the algorithm, strike gold, and blow up. But
I mean,
like,
they've
my
hit the
God,
algorithm.
they
Like, Sleep In is at 88,000 since it dropped back in, like,
it
what,
should be
February?
like approaching 1 million.
It really should.
Like,
First shout. All right, let's move on to number 2.
Number 2 EP of the year goes to Take Breath with their EP Fable.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
I did
I
not
really like
think
this
that would
EP.
clear. Holy shit. All right, tell me about it.
This is what Holding Absence needs to sound like.
no.
This is what? What did you say? Did you say no?
He said,
said
no,
no.
bro.
I said no.
Come on.
And bear in mind that The Noble Art of Self-Destruction was my most disappointing album of 2023.
Yeah,
and I'm
like,
still saying no.
So maybe not
Can't see
vocally,
shit.
but this band is early in their career,
yes.
so there's room to grow. I think instrumentally, this is already stronger than Holding Absence, and
It's very similar to, like, Birdcage era.
I'd say it's more it's heavier too. More dynamic as well. Because you get like breakdowns and stuff, and you don't really get many Holding Absence songs with breakdowns. But I will say he sounds like Eddie Berg from like early Imminence era. And he also sounds like Lucas from Holding Absence at the same time.
Yeah, the blend of the vocals is so weird, but it works.
But but yeah, like what I love about this EP is it's what I want from Holding Absence. Just more variation in the instrumentals, those heavy moments, and there's even like pretty brutal songs like Bloom,
Yeah.
which again it just gives me it changes it up. It doesn't all blend together, and I think that's just what I love about this EP. It's a really cool, like, this is a debut EP, and I'd love to see what this band puts out in the future, because the sound is so good already, and I think with a little work on the vocals and maybe a little bit of production that comes with experience, but this band can be one of my all-time favorites, I think.
I don't think it's a debut, because I think they had an EP last year.
Oh, is it?
Called the See the Life Leave Me.
A sophomore EP.
But still, like,
They're still a very new band.
it's
so.
still wild. Like, I thought I forgot that I included it in the podcast last month.
Oh, I'm glad you did.
Because man,
like,
that
yeah,
it's
I
good.
mentioned-
It didn't clear my top 10, unfortunately, just because there were so many consistent EPs this year for me. But yeah, this band has such a great sound for just starting.
Mhm. And yeah, like I said in the review, I hear influences like Imminence, Holding Absence, even Thornhill, and just the combination of those three alone is something I'm interested in. So
Good shit.
My number 2 EP of 2025 is How Does It Feel by Nightlight.
Gasp.
Very much gasp.
what the heck is number one? I have no
It'll be
idea.
obvious soon enough.
You don't know?
Trying to think.
All right. Well, surprise for Jacob. Not a surprise for Derek and Jake.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah, so Nightlight, obviously mentioned it earlier, my favorite new band that I discovered this year. This EP blew me away from the moment I first heard it. I went into this thinking maybe they're just like a one-hit wonder with What If I'm the Devil featuring Future Static, because I love Future Static. And I was like, can this band stand on their own merit? They can stand on business. And they really do across this entire EP. The only song on this EP, if we're excluding the interlude before Promises, the closer, that didn't make my Wrapped was Just Me Now, the 2-minute K-pop song opener. The other 5 songs all made my Spotify Wrapped playlist, and this was my most played album of the year on Wrapped. Ahead of any actual album, ahead of any other EP in the Spotify Wrapped. It gave you your top 5 most listened to albums of 2025. This was my number 1, which I think is very impressive. And I don't know if that will ever happen again, that an EP hits that mark. Yeah, Crushin', as Jacob touched on not too long ago.
I figured it out.
So
I know what his
catchy.
EP is.
Crushin' is unbelievably catchy. I love Nezumi. It's sure maybe a little cringe and a little repetitive, but the heavy parts in Nezumi are so addicting. I especially love that final breakdown where you kind of get like, they change up the melody a little bit with the drumming, and like the electronics in the background. It's so cool. The breakdown is sick. And then you get it to What If I'm the Devil, the song that got me into this band, featuring Future Static, one of the best features of this year. Did not win Feature of the Year award because my God, features were so stacked this year. But you get both vocalists of Future Static featuring on this song, trading lines into the final build 60 seconds of the song in just this explosion of energy and harmonized vocals. And I think definitively What If I'm the Devil is pop music for alternative people. It is the most pop influenced song that is also the most alternative / rock / metal on the EP, I think, whereas Crushin' is more just pop. Nezumi, I think, is more of like closer to a metal song than a pop song. DYHM is kind of just a standard pop rock song with some of the best electronics I've heard all year. And then Promise is the closer as well. A song that kind of slipped through the cracks for me. It made it into my top 100 rap just because of how much I listened to this EP throughout the year. But it's such a phenomenal, uplifting way to close out this EP as well. It really, there were not a lot of songs this year that had that sonic atmosphere of just not doom and gloom and just like an uplifting sound. And that's what Promise is. You get like the chanting faint in the background to open up the song. And obviously it transitions from the interlude as well. And lyrically, it's a beautiful song as well. It just, from front to back, not only are the songs on their own incredible and stand by themselves, super replayable, super repeatable all throughout the entire year, but as a collection of songs, as an EP, it has incredible pacing, incredible flow. It has an opener, it has a closer. This is not far off from feeling like an extremely well-polished album. And I think that is incredibly impressive for a band of their size that is this new. And I am extremely excited to see what they have coming in the future. They've put out a couple more songs this year, as I mentioned earlier. I really like both of them as well. I don't know if they will be able to reach the same peaks of this EP for me. I do think there is something to be said that, like, when you discover a band that you like this much, that first attachment that you have to the band is always going to be a little special. And no matter how much the band grows, that first EP, that first piece of music that you connected with and attached to, it's going to be hard to topple. I've had that same issue with Letters Sent Home for the past 4 years with the Waves EP and how incredible that is. And for as much as they have grown, I still go back to the Waves EP more than anything else. And I hope that Nightlight continue to crush it. Pun somewhat unintended there. And continue to put out killer music. But at least in the short term, this is their peak. And we will see where they go from here. But yeah, just an incredibly underrated band. I would say at this point, they collabed with Future Static on this song, and at the same time stole the crown from Future Static as the most underrated band in Australia.
Banger pick.
All right. Derek, I'm really sorry, but I think I'm gonna
What are
have
you
to
doing to me?
abandon it off of one of your numbers.
There's only 2 left, and I think you're wrong.
Number
watching
2
you,
for
buddy.
me is Say 6 with Limerence.
How come I don't feel devotion when it's in your body, it's emotion. I feel like I'm choking.
That is my number 12.
What?
It was top 5 until like a week ago.
Criminal. How dare you?
Carried by Velvet.
Shame.
Not
Incorrect.
even. Carried by the middle of the EP.
Yeah, so this EP is great. Easy exit, obviously. You can't go wrong with a Matt McAndrew feature. But I really think this EP is built on Wake Up and Limerence, with Devotion kind of just also holding it together. Wake Up leads the EP so well. It's got such a high energy. There's a reason why they played this at Warped. And Limerence, it's almost like very acoustic at the start, and it just sounds so good to the ears, but then it picks up and just tail ends the EP phenomenally well. Devotion is great. It's got such a good rhythm to it. The heavier parts also just fit well, almost like a second instrument almost. the only reason why this isn't number one is because I really didn't listen to Said and Done and Velvet all that much. Said and Done almost kind of feels like it is a little bit disjointed compared to the EP itself, in my opinion. But everything else is great. Like, this entire EP is phenomenally built. These two are incredibly talented, and I really am glad that these guys are getting the recognition they deserve. Like, this EP is doing numbers, incredible numbers, and I really want to see where they go from here.
Fantastic collection of songs. It, again, one of those years where, like, yeah, this is my second runner-up to my top 10, but, like, it's still a great EP. You think I give a shit about my number 12 EP from last year? I couldn't tell you what anything outside of the top. I don't even remember my my top EP of last year. Actually, no, wait, no, hold on. Because now that I've said that, I already know it's going to be some, like, really banger
Something
EP, and I'm going to feel
stupid.
really stupid, yeah. Oh, it was When You Get to Heaven by Maywin. Okay, yeah. Now I feel dumb. But yeah, my runner-up number 2 of last year, number 12, Shogunai by Anchor. You think I've listened or thought about that EP once since I put it on my list? Hell
My
no.
EP of the year last year, brother. Shut the hell.
I'm sorry, Jake.
Uh,
Well, I think you'll forgive me once I say my number 2.
Preemptively forgiving you.
Okay, thank you, man. My number 2 EP of the year is If I Could Just Stop the Time by Chelsea Cutler. And the reason why I say I think you can forgive me is because I think you know what my number 1 is, and I think we have the same EP of the year. Okay, good. This being my number 2 is my number 2 for the same reason that my number 2 album is number 2. And it's that as much as I feel like this connected to me in a very personal way, I couldn't justify putting it above the album that was more consistently at, like, the top of my mind throughout the year. This was like my EP of the year for 6 straight months until Chelsea Cutler decided to throw a little a little usurping party for the month of November, where I was incredibly depressed. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I can't do that to my number 1 EP. Did I just spoil what my number 1 EP was? Did I say it out loud?
No.
Okay, I thought I did. Well, okay, awesome.
No.
So
you almost had to do both of them.
Perfect. So this is a 5-track EP, literally titled If I Could Stop the Time, and then in parentheses, May 2024 to May 2025, which is a personal album about Chelsea Cutler's life from that year-long period, where she lost the relationship that she was in with her girlfriend, I believe, and is now reminiscing on all the time that was lost, and the memories and things like that. And it's such an similar to the Katsumu EP, but written, in my opinion, a gajillion times better, in that it really does feel like catharsis in a way for her to express how she's feeling. In the opener, If I Could Just Stop the Time, there's a bridge, and I won't read it all out, but it just lists, like, all of her friends and her family. And, like, for instance, I want everyone I love to erase all the distance. Like, I want everybody to always be close to me. I want my parents not to die. I want my brother home for Christmas. And she lists out her friends and the things that she loves doing with them, and just wanting to capture everything that makes life good in a moment and not lose it, because it feels like it's fleeting with every day. And there's one line at the end of the bridge. It's, I want the whole world to stop. I don't want anything to change. I want to stay this heartbroken if it means part of her stays. And it's just, it so beautifully encaptures everything that when you really are feeling like life is fleeting and you're missing out on experiences, and you're thinking back on the times that you spent with friends and that happiness, and wondering, like, am I going to lose it with time? What does the future look like? Like, can I just stop the time now with all these precious memories and live with them? And it goes into the second track, How Can the End Feel Like This, with which is about, you know, how does it feel, like the conflicting feelings of a relationship ending and missing somebody. And there's a bridge in there where the instruments cut out and slowly rebuild. It's 10:34. I should probably get home, and we're choking on tears, way too scared to let go. And I get in the car and turn on the ignition. I scream at the stars and hope someone is listening, because I want to go home to the place where we live, where we sleep every night, and where all our stuff is. But I'm driving away from your one-bed apartment, and I'm letting you go. And then it reprises with backing vocals of "What do I do without you? I needed us. Now I'm dying. Oh God, we were so in love." Which I talked about my song of the year, track 3 on this. All I do is spin around you. So I won't talk anymore about that, but I think it's just a beautiful track about finding somebody when neither of you were in a position to be in a relationship, and the way that you both kind of become dependent on each other in the experience of losing one another. Which is then, if your heart isn't already ripped the hell out, you get to go to track 4, which slows things down even more and gets kind of almost a cappella. And the chorus is, "I know that we don't make sense. I know that it needed it to end. Now I lay alone in bed. What I do to be yours again." And it's so simple, but it's just reflecting on like, oh, like I know like I'm better off for this relationship being over, but I don't want it to be over. Like it's just it's a very strong EP and song about codependence and giving too much of yourself to somebody else. And there's verse 3 in that one. "I built a prison and I locked myself inside it. And if there is something better out there, I don't want to find it." That, this prison of giving too much of myself to you was horrible. I don't want anything else because of how strong your feelings are for that person. And it caps off with the last track on the EP. "I'll have a good life, darling, but it won't be with you." Yeah, name it that. Why don't you? Fuck. Like, sure. No, that's great. No, I wanted to be happy today. Too bad. Which is just a very beautiful song that highlights all the different ways that she and her partner, the things that they wanted in life and their goals, they just couldn't coexist and they couldn't find a way to make it work. And there's this one line in the chorus, I think it's the second chorus, about "We'll be a picture, a bittersweet memory." And it's like, oh, yeah, like this person that was once meant everything to you is now just a memory. They're just a picture that you might find in your camera roll randomly or dig up in your closet. And it just closes out with the instruments cutting out and Chelsea Cutler doing this like haunting, emotional, like vocal run of oohs, like back and forth. That almost sounds like crying and like the wailing of, I don't know, moaning myrtle might be the best way to put it, from like Harry Potter, of like it's a grieving ghost almost. It's haunting, it's chilling. And I think the reason that because I connected with this so much with my breakup later in September, and even like month drops November at like 2 points in this EP while I was going through it, and it was just like, fuck, like I am in there. But
sometimes it's not just the quality of the EP, but it's the timing as well.
Exactly. This really, this came out in May of this year, and I listened to it before, like months before I'd broken up, and I was like, wow, like I kind of see my relationship in this, even though it isn't already over. And that's like, I started the spiral because of it, and I didn't touch it again, but it became kind of like an anchor when I was spiraling after the relationship ended. And even though I had All I Do Is Spin Around You as my song of the year because I connected to it so much, this is one of those EPs that I feel is going to be very situational for me. This is not a casual listen. This is something you listen to when you are grieving the past and a past relationship and feelings and memories that were once there, and you're feeling existential about life. This isn't going to be it's a phenomenally crafted EP, but there was another phenomenally crafted EP this year that is listenable at any given point. And even if it doesn't touch the heartstrings or hit an emotional chord as strongly as this does, in my opinion, it's still listenable in those moments. And I think that at the end of the day, I'm going to get more mileage out of my EP of the year, even if this one specifically to me in this year meant more to me. And that's why at the end of the day, I couldn't justify putting it in my number one spot, even if it was something that had 5 tracks that I felt deep in my soul as I went through this period of my life.
Very respectable and understandable. Number 2.
I think Jake, that means it's time for you to list all your EPs, right?
I believe it is time to go over our EP of the year. And we are going to start by recapping my top 10. We obviously didn't talk about our 10 through 6, but I'm going to mention them because, my God, we're EP stacked this year. And there are even EPs outside of my top 10 that I would love to mention here, but I cannot. My number 10 EP of 2025 is Pink Noise's EP, Humankind. At number 9 is Glass Waves with It Was Always Meant to End. Number 8 is Rivals with their EP, Medusa's Home.
Really?
Number
Okay.
7 is The Heinous by Cold State.
I thought that was going to be your 6.
Number 6 is Temporary High by Archers.
Oh, fuck. Okay, that makes sense.
And to recap my top 5, Windwalkers, I Don't Belong Here. South Arcade with their EP, Play at number 4. Gore's EP, If You Do Not Fear Me at number 3. Nightlight's EP, How Does It Feel at number 2. And Derek, we have the same number 1, so just list out your top 10.
Sure. My number 10 is If You Do Not Fear Me by Gore. Number 9 is Play by South Arcade. My number 8 is Lines All Along by Heaviside, local band. If you like movements, check them out. My number 7 is Medusa's Home by Rivals, which is what I thought would be your number 6. My number 6 is 9 Lives by Alley Cat. And then to recap my top 5, Drive by Rain Division and Free Therapy by Katumu. My number 3 is I Don't Belong Here by Windrockers. My number 2 is If I Could Just Stop the Time by Chelsea Cutler. And Jake, go ahead.
EP of the year is Surrender by Amira Alfaqi.
Damn straight it is.
Lightning in a fucking bottle, dude. This
Cinema.
is not happening again. This
No.
is not happening again.
Do you know when like an artist puts out an EP or an album and you're like, God, like I hope they don't peak. I know we've peaked. I
Yeah.
have accepted that we've peaked.
Yup.
We will never be getting this again.
Yeah.
We are going to get a 12-track album that we like 8 or 9 songs off of, and that's it. We have peaked.
Yeah. Amira Alfaqi getting EP of the year here in my interpretation of this. Now, this is not applicable to you at all, Derek. But to me, this is like if Memphis Mayfire upset Bad Omens for album of the year 2022. In terms of like, the comparison I'm making is that Bad Omens is like a work of art. So much genre blending. Memphis Mayfire just stuck to the basics and hit lightning in a bottle. And just did some of the best generic octane metalcore to ever octane metalcore. That's what Amira Alfaqi did with this melodic, atmospheric post-hardcore.
Absolutely. And there were
I don't even
so
think I've
many
heard
other...
this EP.
Oh no, man. This is peak. This is peak. This is a genuine 10 out of 10 EP. I think what really made it stand out is it felt like this style of music, specifically like the kind of haunting gothic post-hardcore with female vocals, really made a resurgence this year. And there were so many good projects, whether it be albums or EPs, that came out under this umbrella. But every single time I found myself thinking, is this as good as that Amira Alfaqi
And it
EP?
never was.
And the answer was always
It was
no.
always no. It was always no. I was so close to having 3 songs on this EP in my top 10 songs of the year. I'm so for real. Like, I sent you guys my top 100 playlist. So one of the songs on here made my top 5. The other 2 were in the top 15, but just barely out of the top 10. Because I had to force them out of the top 10. This is the first year since we started this podcast where there were no overlaps in like artists in my top 10.
Damn.
Which is kind of impressive, honestly. But it was very close to happening because, like, Take Me Under, Forever Overdose, and Cross the Line, holy fuck, incredible. And then Fatal Attraction as the closer, incredible.
That to me is one of the biggest things. I think the two, on top of it just being an all across the board incredible EP, is that Take Me Under is a fantastic opener and Fatal Attraction is a fantastic closer. And oftentimes on EPs, to me, it feels like one of those elements is missing, but it's got it here. And I also feel like every single, despite sounding like one of the most cohesive EP or albums I've heard all year, every song has such a unique identity that like,
Yep.
you can tell me like, oh, like what does this song sound like? Oh yeah, like it's that song, you know, like Death of Me has the acoustic massive chorus, like you know, it's just every
Death of Me is one of those like phone like flashlight songs for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I would kill to see that live, dude. I mean, this whole EP, she just has such.
Guess who's going to see
presence.
it live in April?
You need to listen to this shit.
EP. That's your excuse, man. She does. It feels like, and it's not confident in the same way that Rivals is confident. Rivals is confident music because like she's a badass and she knows it. This is confident in such a way that she has such confidence in her talent that she's willing to do whatever she needs to vocally, to whatever instrumental, whether it's heavy, whether it's downtuned, whether it's time for a massive chorus. She like, I guess the best way to put it is she understood the assignment for every single song on here. She did exactly what she needed to do to make every single song pop, and it's so well executed. I can't believe it.
I'm pretty sure I got to Forever Overdose. I didn't even finish listening to Forever Overdose, and I was like, this is EP of the year. I was not even halfway done with the EP, and I'm like, this is EP of the year. And like, for as much as Nightlight's EP, How Does It Feel, is my most played EP of the year, and as much as I love that, I'm gonna be real, there was never really a chance for it to be the EP of the year over this.
Yeah, it's just it's funny you say that because I remember finishing Death of Me. Because I remember exactly where I was when I heard this for the first time. And I finished Death of Me. I saw we had 2 tracks left, and I was so scared because I'm like, "There's no way this EP."
No, I was so scared too. I was so scared too.
Dude, is this too good to be true?
I was so scared
right now.
I was so scared, and then I hear like the first 2 lines of "Cross the Line," and you get that like haunting piano. The delivery on the "Are you just a ghost?" Silence feels so cold. Chills run down my fucking spine.
Oh yeah, she does. She almost this album is ethereal. Like it feels like she's almost like some sort of talented ghost bride singer from the afterlife type of deal. Like it's actually crazy how well she. Yeah, wow. This is one of those ones. This is the EP. I remember thinking back in 2021, or I can't remember if it was 2021, 2020 or 2021. I'm like, oh, this Hands Like Houses EP is like the best thing I've ever heard. This takes most other best EPs I've ever heard and just like it's a whole other league of its own. I genuinely think that the Fox Cult EP is that first Fox Cult EP is the only EP I've ever heard that I think is better than this. This is genuine peak. Like it's just because every song has its own identity, but it all works together so well. The replayability on this EP is fucking real. I think Justin made the point with Rain Division. You play it once, you're like, okay, play it again. Like,
I think I accidentally
you
let
almost
this
just
song
forget it's playing after a certain point.
I was like getting ready for this yesterday because I had some downtime and I was just kind of bored. I'm pretty sure I let this loop like 3 or 4 times over while I was just like doing other things around the house, like doing laundry, doing some rough cuts for a video I'm working on. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm still listening to this goddamn EP.
It does. It sucks you in. And the thing is,
and then it's like you accidentally let it loop through Take Me Under, and it's like, well, shit, I might as well just let it run through again.
Literally, I've been there. I was like, oh fuck, well, okay, sure. Oh man, and it's I will say for like the theme of the EP, as far as I can tell, it's about kind of like giving all of yourself to your significant other, and not necessarily in a way that, I mean, some of it, I guess, by virtue of what it is, it's toxic, but it's like more so like being all in for somebody and the like highs and lows that can come with that. And I think that lyrically, it doesn't feel like it's the most inspiring thing ever.
Yeah, no.
But it fits thematically so well that it's like, I get what's trying to be conveyed. I'm all in. I'm in for the story. I'm ready to like just listen to this for 19 minutes of absolute incredible, not even necessarily insanity. It's unbelievable how good and how consistent it is. It doesn't lose out on the story or theme at all. Once during this, you're just in it the entire time. It's crazy.
It's like This is just a good EP. Like, it's, how do you even quantify the goodness of this EP? You don't. It just is. It is one of those things that just is.
It's flawless. I think genuinely, if you went into this EP looking to nitpick something, I don't think you could. I think the only nitpick you can have is on your first listen, and you can say the breakdowns feel unexpected. But by the time you get used to it, that second listen in, you're like, oh yeah, it's a good breakdown. Fuck yeah.
That breakdown on Fatal Attraction, unnecessary. I fucking love it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, by your third listen, and then your fourth listen, and then your fifth listen. Like, it's just, yes. Like, I love it because I think it also, this EP does a good job of playing with tempo a lot and kind of push and pulling in a way that keeps you engaged the entire time, which can be hard for EPs with this vocal style because eventually, especially with the fact that there's minimal uncleans on here, it can be, it can feel samey. And I think a lot of the other projects in this vein fell into that kind of trap at points during this year. This doesn't at all. It never once feels that way. It's insane. I genuinely don't know how she did it. You put it best, lightning in a bottle. She fucking, that like pen to paper fire gif of like Shakespeare writing or whatever.
Yes.
That's how I feel she was in the studio putting this EP together. It's incredible.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Like, I want to keep talking about this EP, but like, what more is there to say? I guess I can say, like, I wouldn't go as far as to say this is my second favorite EP of all time, but I do want to like asterisk that. I feel like a lot of, in past years, my EP of the year, some of my favorite EPs of the year have been more of like mini albums and not so EPs. Think of Shogunai by Anchor last year, or Fever by Against the Current from 2021. Those are 7 and 8 song EPs.
What about
This is a 6 song
survival horror?
Post-Human Survival Horror is another great example.
Yeah.
This feels like an EP, like definitive EP. This is not a mini album. This is not an album that is called an EP. This is definitively an extended play. 6 songs, you're in there for less than 20 minutes, and it really is just nearly flawless.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it when we reviewed this EP initially, but it's like, I wouldn't want this to be any shorter or longer. I don't want to turn this into an album. It exists as Surrender the EP, and it is perfect as it is.
You add Hold On To Me as a new single that came out after this EP, and this EP drops down.
It does. It genuinely does. I don't want this any
And that's
other
not
way.
even saying that like Hold On To Me is a bad song. It's a good song. This is, as we have said multiple times, this is lightning in a bottle. You do not fuck with it. You frame this, put it behind security cameras, and if you touch it, you are getting the police called on you. Not actually, but hypothetically.
Like zaps you. Like, no, bad.
You
better not.
You approach this thing and you are getting
Spray you
tased.
with a water bottle.
Yeah, right. Get back.
You have crossed the line. Get the fuck away from this EP. I think we've said enough. We should give Justin and Jacob their chance to talk about their EPs of the year.
Jacob, I feel like they connected and we're just kind of
There's no way we have the same one.
Absolutely.
There's absolutely
Sorry about that.
The hive mind is in full action, at least between Jake and I tonight.
I guess I'll get to
Well, no, the hive mind is in full action. All of us had Windwalkers.
Yeah,
that is true.
We do that.
And we've all had overlap among. Sorry to cut you off again, but we have all had overlap amongst each other.
Justin.
Like, between all four of us had Windwalkers.
We've had a lot of Thousand Below. This might be the most
overlap we've ever had. But yeah. So we had 4 Windwalkers. Derek and Justin, you both had Rain Division. Derek, we had Amira Alpha.
Spoiler, I added Rain Division to my
back
top 5.
Not to my top 5.
Top 10.
That's funny.
Okay.
Derek, we overlapped on like 4 EPs: Gore, South Arcade, Rivals, and Amira Alpha K. All in our top 10.
When you listen to 63 this year.
Yeah.
Jake, we're still not done on overlap.
Oh shit.
So my top 10.
Dude,
I know it's number 1.
Funny.
Yeah, I know it's number 1.
Paywall.
My number 10 is New Shapes, a conversation with myself.
Oh, good shout.
My number 9 is Nerve with their EP Lost. Number 8 is Archer's Temporary High. Number 7 is Lost Trees, Hallucinate 2. My number 6 is Soft Spoken, Martyr. And then just to recap, Windwalker's my number 5 with I Don't Belong Here. My number 4 is Rain Division with their EP Drive. Number 3 is Visenya with Empty Spaces. Number 2 is Sasix with Limerence. My number 1 EP of the year is Glass Waves. It Was Always Meant to End.
There it is.
Yeah.
You know, you were hyping up Glass Waves a ton last year, and it didn't click for me until this EP came out in fall.
Oh, it's so good.
It is so.
The,
the fact that this is my number 9. Fuck.
Yeah. Any other year it would be like top 5, but like Glass Waves, I gushed about Monarch last year, was it?
Yep.
That dropped.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my song of the year last year, and to have it cemented in an EP with 5 great songs is fantastic. Like, this EP is phenomenal. We got Downpour and It Was Always Meant to End as singles. They really set the bar for like the EP and just how it sounds. Downpour is probably the easiest song to get into, I would say. Out of all
I would
of them.
disagree, but that's a fair take.
Yeah, I would say like of the singles, like it was the easiest. To
Oh,
get.
of the singles? Okay, yeah.
And then we got the non-singles like Second Nature, Still Yours, which is very much Emarosa-esque. And then Blessed Burden, which is turned out to be probably my favorite from the EP.
Yup.
It's so good.
Yup.
They played it live when I saw them earlier this year, and I was like, this song's gonna be a fucking banger when it drops. And it's so good. I love the catchy rhythm to it. The EP plays a lot with instrumentation and like the grungy, almost kind of like bass work style to it that you kind of get in stuff like Bad Omens and a lot of kind of similar bands, but it also feels wholly unique to them in a way that is very refreshing. The lyrics from, I think it's Second Nature, lay me down, cut me open, I'm turning to stone again, just pull the pieces and leave me here, speaking in tongue, I'm losing everything and not a fucking soul is safe. The voice inflection Noah has on like the ending portion, and then it fades into like this very bassy breakdown to close out the song. The bass and like the electronic work on this EP is immaculate. It's so good. These guys, they won a contest from Ernie Ball to go play Warped Tour, and it was their show sounded great. I went back and watched the live feed of it. Show was great. Like they did a phenomenal job. We have failed as humanity because they didn't grow as much as I thought they would. So humanity, sorry, we have failed.
Step it up.
Step it up, because fuck
Use your ears.
Like, even if we go back to like their previous songs, like everything before Monarch that dropped, The Hell You Made, Mistakes, and Dead Dreams, this band has been super consistent. I think they had a previous band, like previous name before Glass Waves, and they're just immensely talented. Like, this EP, top to bottom, is fantastic. It's such a good, easy listen. 6 songs, 16 minutes is just unheard of. It's great. Love this EP. Love this band. I could gush more about like Monarch, but I already did that a lot last year. It Was Always Meant to End is also just kind of a really good, almost an interlude, but also it's very vocally sound, and it just works well in this EP. It's great. I really enjoyed this.
Yep.
Banger pick.
Really good EP. deserved, expected to an extent, number one.
Yeah. Jacob.
And-
Well, Jacob.
Well, because we fucked with the order, because Derek and I were in sync this year. I don't know if we've ever had a shared number one EP of the year. We've had a shared
We
album
haven't.
of the year.
Did-
I don't think.
Derek, did you have Picturesque as number one in 2023?
No, that was Fox Cult for me, which is my favorite
20,
EP of all time.
2023 was the year where we all like cycled Fox Cult, Spirit Box, and Picturesque between our 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
Me.
We all minus the paywall.
Hello.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna probably disappoint some people here, but also not disappoint because there's a lot of overlap in my 6 to 10. So let's get started with that. My number 10 EP of the year is Lost by Nerve.
Good
My
shout.
number 9 is It Was Always Meant to End by Glasswaves.
Hell yeah.
We both at number 9. All right, that's some overlap, baby.
My number 8,
Give
which
Glass
I changed,
Waves.
is Drive by Rain Division.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
My number 7 is I Don't Belong Here by Windwalkers. My number 6
Oh,
is Fear by NF.
I thought that was going to be your album or the EP of the year,
I
Windwalkers.
also
I mean,
thought that.
so now I don't know.
Really? I feel like it's
Yeah.
very obvious. My number 5 is a recap. It's Lovely by Cold State. My number 4 is Who Sold You This Truth by Colorblind. Number 3 is How Does It Feel by Nightlight. Number 2 is Fable by Take Breath. And my number 1 EP of the year, I don't like this as my number 1, but if I'm being totally honest, this is my number 1, is King of Terrors by President.
Guess I'll have to wait my time. Forgiveness is a strength I'm yet to learn. I can't bury my head under the sand and hope it makes me.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
you know, I really like that EP. I forgot to put it on my document. And so for real, it is not there. It is just straight up not there, and it totally would have made my top 10. That's awesome. I like that from me.
So after a discussion, Derek, you had a few thoughts, and I went back, and I found out that King of Terrors, the name, is another name for death in the Bible. So, I believe you are right.
Okay.
And I think yeah, so first of all, this EP is it's so pop influence but staying enough in the alternative scene for me to absolutely love it. I don't love the opener, probably my least favorite track on the album or EP. But the rest of the EP is absolutely phenomenal. And it's just every song is totally different. For example, the chorus of Fearless. Guess I'll have to wait my turn. Forgiveness is a strength I've yet to learn. I can't bury my head under the sand and hope it makes me feel less. How the hell do I pretend? Just tell me it'll make sense in the end. I can't lie to myself. It F's with my head or F's with my health. I just want to be fearless.
Rhyming feel less
How
with
do you-
fearless is so cool.
Yeah. And it's a really wordy chorus.
Mhm.
And it works. It's so catchy. It is. I think it's my favorite song on the EP. Rage, another fantastic one. Very probably like the lightest song on the album in terms of sound. Very airy, and every song has a different vocal style. Destroy Me I think it's the heaviest. I'd say so. Maybe actually no, Dionysus is. But Destroy Me, still another catchy song. The in the verses, the effect he has on his voice is just an earworm. And again, it's just another catchy song. Dionysus, probably the song that grew on me the most. After hearing this EP in September, and then coming back to it after we had our discussion, Derek. But just such a cool experimental EP. And I love the theming, and from what I get from it now after diving back in and reading more of the lyrics, it's about the I don't even know what to call him, the main character, the narrator. He's afraid of death and what happens after death. So he's feeling guilty, or no, not guilty. He's feeling, what's the word? Pressured to follow religion. And he's very afraid of what comes in the afterlife. Will what I do in this life affect what happens in the afterlife? And basically it's this back and forth with first of all, there's alcohol involved, a lot of alcohol. There's several songs mention it. And basically, like, am I good enough? Am I good enough for you, God? Will I go to heaven, essentially? And I think another reason why I love Fearless so much is religious people are often told, or often say, that they fear God. And I think like Fearless is like, oh, I don't want to fear God. I want to escape this fear, but I'm chained to it. And essentially, yeah, that it's about struggling with the fear of death. And even the title of the EP, I think, is so creative, because it's, first of all, it's taken from the Bible, and I never would have known that unless I freaking researched it. And the whole theming of the EP is centered around religion and death. So I think it's a really, and second of all, it's so well produced. It sounds amazing, and it has a interesting story to it, or take, if you want.
Solid choice for EP of the year. I know that you said you weren't super thrilled about it, but
if I'm being totally honest, it's what I enjoyed most this year, and I know everybody's gonna say it's a freaking industry plant, because they are. Yeah, it is. But it's still
the music's good.
Exactly. I'm very excited to see them with Bad Omens next year. So.
You reading out the lyrics of the chorus of Fearless is the first time that I've realized that he's not just saying fearless twice, like with his accent, and it's actually made me feel less. Oh, they're just saying fearless. Like, oh, all right, yeah.
Well,
but yeah,
top 5 EPs of the year. The superlatives done. All that's left is the big category of the top 5 albums of 2025. And at this point, all of us are going to make our little group chats, try and predict each other's top 10s, top 5s.
Started already.
We started already. It's true. And we all will be revealed amongst ourselves and to you, the audience, shortly. Part 3, our final episode of our 2025 award series, will be out next week. Be sure to follow us on social media, Hivemind Radio _ on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hivemind Radio, and follow us on podcast platforms such as Spotify, Hivemind Recap Podcast for the audio version of the podcast. Timestamps will be available on YouTube if you want to just skip to a specific part, but if you're at the end of the episode, you've probably already listened to everything. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. We'll see you in part 3.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See ya.